All right, I'm happy to be back with you. I'm Jeff Burr, I'm with the Tattooed Spirit, and we're on to talk about the Six of Cups. Sixes generally have something to do with a communication. And the Six of Cups is about communicating with the emotions. As I had mentioned, just as a tease in our last video after getting over that five with the conflict and the loss. When hopefully you have these cards in front of you, hold this card up and understand that these two characters are actually going back in time with each other. This is a wonderful card for just thinking more esoterically. It has a lot of therapeutic implications for how I work tarot therapy with my clients, because all of my clients are haunted by past situations in some way, some form, more or less, almost always, okay? I had the worst childhood. My mother was the terriblest. This was the worst breakup ever, or whatever it was. Vocational, avocational stuff is how I work as a hypnotherapist. But this is a communication with yourself through your memories. Okay? The Six of Cups is about looking back and finding fond memories when it's right side up. And you can see there are very fond memories. Look at the cups. They're not only full of water, they're full of life. They're full of life, they're full of vines that grow and expand, and they absolutely spread and take over. This is looking back and finding happiness. Finding happiness is an emotion. We're talking about cups. We're talking about the water. Six is a communication with your past self that pleases you, that serves you. Whenever you're pulling your cards in the morning, or this happens to come up in a 3-card spread, this is looking back and being disturbed by a memory. Again, with the idea of the cups turning over, all of this water, all of this wonderful growth up here fall out of the cups. This is how we work with this card in the therapy. This is how you're going to begin to look at this card whenever you pull these cards yourself. There's something about your past that is holding you back. I work with neuro-linguistic programming in my practice, and that has to do with going back, imagining the power of your subconscious mind, going back before the event of a particular thing that initiated that didn't serve you. Being treated particularly badly, poorly, being told that you were nothing, a terrible breakup, a terrible, awful situation, or whatever. Going before that event, wherever your timeline lies, looking towards that event without the emotion that you had after the event because it was before the event. We're all talking about time, we're talking about memories, we're talking about feelings, because you can understand the complexity of this very wonderful and very beautiful card, okay? With timeline therapy, I take my clients, and you're going to learn to take yourself before the event of something that didn't serve you and look at it with complete indifference, because you don't even have that emotion that was initiated by that event, because you're imagining it before the event. And then you come into the event, and it sort of does like a desensitization, and then you get yourself out of it. It's neuro-linguistic programming, it is hypnosis, it is guided imagery, it is how I work with the cards, it's how you're going to work with these cards, not just to get an interesting inspiration and guidance, but also to work with these cards whenever you want to make a change, to cut the cords of however the past has been affecting you. If you're drawing the cards in a situation that you're just looking for inspiration, it's going to say, just think back and be happy about a time in your life that resembles like this, and that'll help carry you on. If it comes in here, that means that it's not serving you, whatever that was. You have to go back, you got to deal with it in one way or another. But understand that once you cut that cord, once you get back to that initiating situation, you can let it go. With a little bit of therapy, with a little bit of meditation, with a little bit of guided imagery. It's that easy. Change happens in an instant, and this card is very therapeutic for you moving forward. We're going to talk about how to use these cards like that later, but you have to know the meaning first before we can get to any of that really delicious stuff. This is looking back and finding favor, finding your cups half full. This perhaps is looking back and not. This could also mean looking towards the future. Okay, when it comes in reversed, it could also mean looking towards the future and probably having a pessimistic or a less than optimistic view of it. Again, a communication. One little note, a little really cool thought exercise of how this is a gift to you from yourself is that whenever you get over that issue that has perhaps been haunting you, you will then in the future, check this out guys, look back at yourself after releasing that negative issue for yourself, and then that negative experience will be turned into one of the best experiences that you could have. It's the victory over a negative situation. That's why I say in my little mini book that you can get along with this, or I think it's downloadable, or it's underneath the video, or somewhere around where you're seeing this, that this is the greatest gift that you can give to yourself, is to face whenever you look back and you don't find positive emotions. You can fix it, you can change it, so that in the future you then look back to this time and it's with great favor and victory. Okay? This is the emotional states. Very, very helpful. I hope that wasn't too much just rambling in circles. By now you know that that's just my style because I want to put emphasis on things that I think are important. Next, we talk to the dreamers with the 7. Okay? So all you dreamers and everybody else, stay tuned for the next video for the 7 of Cups. And I will see you and you will hear me and see me in just a minute. All right, bye.